Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you, getting into my weekly check-in. We are weekly checking in from the 8th of August to the 13th of August, and we're going to go over all the transactions. I also want to say thank you for those that wish me a happy anniversary. My husband and I have been married 29 years. I think it's an amazing milestone that we made it this far. I appreciate all the congratulations and things like that, and happy anniversary if you have one this month. I know one of our friends on this channel does, so happy anniversary to you. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the weekly check-in. I have to get this done because tomorrow is payday. And this, we're ending this on the 14th, so I need to know what the final numbers are for paycheck 1, which includes week 1 and week 2 of the weekly check-in. That is how I split up my husband's income in order to make sure we can stretch every dollar to the end of the month. Though I am not good at stretching the dollar, it's been a spendy month this month, so especially in the grocery household categories, they've had some great sales on multiple items, and those multiple items that I've been buying, buy two get one free, or buy one get one 40% off, things like that we use. I'm just bulk stocking, so it takes more of my grocery household, but over long term it's a better price. And with inflation right now, it's crazy. It's really hard to really get a good discount on groceries and household items. So here we go. Let's dive into the numbers. Okay, as you can see here, I have my little list of everything that I purchased. I do include the bills here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. But I put all my spending on my credit card, and on Thursdays, I find out how much I spent. And that goes with these categories, and then I make a payment to the credit card and pay off everything I spend, including any bills that pop up on my credit card that I have assigned to that. So I make sure those are paid weekly, and I just kind of keep it going, very close to paying it off. I have a plan for the 15th on making a debt payment, so that's a whole thing. There's a little bit left on the credit card I need to get rid of, so I'm just going to focus hopefully on that, and I will talk about that in my paycheck to paycheck video, where I close out paycheck 1 and set up paycheck 2. Now that I've said all that, let's get into this week's spending. Grocery household is in this pink color. I spent $120.93 here at my Meijer grocery store. It's my closest grocery store. Right at 2 miles from my house, so it's very convenient, sometimes too convenient. And I'm going to grab my phone over here and kind of look and see what we bought. And I'm kind of wondering if there was anything that was like on sale that I really needed. Because this was a pickup order, I actually have where I can see the items I bought, and you can kind of see the prices here. Obviously, it was odds and ends stuff that I needed for the house. I always have things like milk and tea. These fruit cups I buy every, I think, 2 or 3 months. And that's just something one of my sons likes to eat still, even though he's 21. Water, eggs. These are some juices that they like, and they were on sale 2 for $6, which was good. The chips they love was on sale. They're rarely on sale, and this is normally $6.39. So I got one of those because I only needed one. And I have my own inventory stock in my pantry, so I try to keep 3 bags of each, and then they last me for a certain amount of time. Family loves using tortillas for everything. They had to buy to get one free here. So I saved $8.49 on this. So this brought the price down. So I'm looking at this stuff. See if it's going to reflect. No? Okay, good. The $16.98 that I spent, if I divide it by 3, it's $5.66 a case, and instead of $8.49 a case. And that's why I do that. I do that with root beer, because my oldest son likes the root beer, and then my husband likes the ginger ale, but he doesn't go through that one as fast as my son goes through the root beer. And I also get, is there any other sodas like that? That's all the sodas I get like it. I'm really into this Olipop. With my diabetes, I can't have anything high in sugar and stuff like that. So this is 5 grams of sugar. It costs a lot. So I did have a $1.50 coupon and it was $7.84 instead, or 49. So instead of the $8.99 it normally is. Crescents is something we have a couple times a week, and I always buy bananas. So that was that. Here are the savings promotions: $4.50 and $17.02 for specials. And so I saved total $21.52 at the store in my order. So that is that grocery pickup that I did last week. And then I did order on Amazon. I'm trying to remember what this is. Oh, I know what this is. I get my supplements on Amazon. Melatonin from Nature Made. That's what my family uses. And I just ordered a couple bottles and they were $23.29 total. And I usually used to try to get them at the grocery store, but they were always out. That I could never, when I wanted them, that I just could never get them. And I just got used to using Amazon. And these, because depending on who's using them in my family, I don't really have a rhythm of when I need them. So I just order them when I need them instead of setting up a subscribe and save, because they're not really a monthly thing. I buy a bulk amount and then just let it ride for a while. Next, I have the 127.28. And let me go back to my receipts here. All right, so you're going to see me buy more of the same thing. Now these Olipops, there's only 4 in a pack, so they're almost like $2 a can. But it's got prebiotics and things like that, and I miss having soda. So this is the closest thing to soda I can really get, and this is the cheapest way I can find it. I did save $3 on that, so that was good. I got some beef broth. That's what I forgot to use. I made stroganoff last night, and normally cook the beef in beef broth, and I forgot last night, but that's okay. It still tasted good, and all the other ingredients kind of masked it, so that's fine. Reduced fat milk. We go through a lot of milk in my house. In fact, since this purchase here on Tuesday, it's Thursday, and I only have 1 full gallon, and I have an open gallon. That's what I wanted to say. So I have 2 gallons left, and it's already gone down for breakfast by in the morning and all that stuff. So I don't know. My family goes through way too much milk. Cream of mushroom for stroganoff last night, and then I always buy a few quantities of tea so that my husband doesn't run out. He drinks about 1 bottle a day, and this is what he takes to lunch. It is cheaper to buy it in the jug, but it won't fit in my fridge, and for whatever reason, that extra step of pouring it into something for my husband is just not working for him, so he doesn't do it. And I'm like, okay. He's the only one in this house that actually drinks tea, though. I don't drink tea. Crescents, more eggs. I eat about 2 eggs every morning for breakfast. Now this is a $10 savings here. This is buy one, get one 40%. And because ground beef prices have gone up, I've been here 3 years, literally on Sunday. We bought our house 3 years ago, and it's gone from like $6.50 to $8.50 for a pound of ground beef in the 3 years. That's a lot of inflation, especially in the quantities we use ground beef in recipes here at home. That's a lot. So anytime they have buy one, get one 40% off, which my store runs quite frequently, then I will buy 6 pounds worth of ground beef. And I buy the leanest ground beef because it's best for my husband and my family, and it's what the doctor recommended, so that's why I bought it, and I've been buying it for like 10 years now like that. So instead of paying 40, or did I pay 40? Let's see, 849 times 6. Yeah, originally they were $50.94. Now I paid $40.75, and I divide that by 6, and I brought the price down to $6.79. And that's much better than the $8.49. So I do stock up on something like that for meats and things. So, and I had coupon for hot dog buns and got hot dogs for lunches for this weekend. I like to make enchiladas at home, buy 3 enchiladas for a certain price, and then, or enchilada sauce, I should say, and hot dogs, and then chicken strips. So in total, $18.16 is what I saved. I try to save up to $20 on my grocery bill as a whole when I am looking for sales, and that is why everything has been so expensive this month. And I need to keep in mind, August is probably one of those good months, and probably September as well, where you can get some really good sales and bulk buy things you need in your pantry, staples, as well as like frozen meat if you want to freeze your meats for later, that kind of thing. So that is what I've been doing this month. Earlier this month, it was more about products like body washes and things like that. Buy 2, get 1 free, really lowering the price down, or buy 2 and pay $1, whatever it was last time. So I might want to make a note to myself for next year when August comes around to bump up whatever our grocery bill could be, whatever we're normally spending, whatever the new budget is for the groceries, and then have that available for bulk buying for sales. So that's what I was thinking there. We'll see if I actually remember to do it, but that's okay. So let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll move this over here and total these 3 up and find out how much I spent in groceries this week. And 23.29 and 127.28. There we go. 271.50. That's what I spent in grocery household. Next, I have restaurants. These are my 2 most used categories in my budget. I did, after I realized that there was a prorated amount for my son's health insurance, which is TRICARE, that we pay TRICARE Young Adult on. We didn't have to pay for a full month this month, so that gave us a little extra cash, and that's helped covering the overages that we have a little bit, but it also helped with our anniversary dinner. My husband and I went out to eat that night. It was nice. It was just nice. It's one of our go-to places. We have 2 places that we go out to eat if we want to stay in our area, and being small town and rural, you know, there's only so many selected restaurants around here, but that's okay. So I have a lot more eating out, and some of it was frivolous and some of it was planned or a typical eating out, and we'll just go through that. So over here I have Papa John's. My sons ordered their pizzas, all the things, and that's a weekly thing that normally happens. B-Dubs is a regular place my husband and I go to for date night because he likes it there and he loves their wings, so I'm like, okay, whatever. B-Dubs actually stands for Buffalo Wild Wings. It's just shorter to write it this way, and this is what they call it around here. I don't know why. And that was $59.26. He got a couple drinks plus our meals, and that is what we spend there. I decided not to cook on Sunday because that was our anniversary, and I bought McDonald's for my sons because I didn't want to cook, and my husband and I went to Olive Garden, and those are the 2 things. So the McDonald's was $22.03, and then the Olive Garden was $76.66. That included the tip. So everything there. And I stopped for lunch and went to Taco Bell one day. I just was craving Taco Bell for some reason. And then there is something missing. Let me check. I have in the back a list of everything that I spent, and maybe it's on that list. Oh yes, I did not mark this down. So my husband and I needed to have some conversations and talk one evening, and he does best when we go out. He'll talk more when I don't know what it is about him and talking at home. It's like when he gets home, his brain shuts down. And I get that because you've had a long day at work and then you're tired and all the things. So he wanted to talk, but he didn't he couldn't bring himself to do it that night, which is a weird thing, and exhausted from the day and all the workload. But if we leave and go out and kind of get him out of that mindset for a minute, then we can have a decent conversation. So we needed to talk. I didn't know we were going to go out this night, but I did go out again, and we went to Arby's. They just renovated ours, so it's actually really nice, and it's nice on the inside. And if you go to fast food restaurants, I remember back in the day, they were full and people enjoyed going in and sitting down and all the things. And now they just do drive-through or DoorDash. I mean, I swear I saw 6 DoorDash drivers come in and out while we were there. And we're there for like an hour or more. And so places like that are kind of easy for us to sit down and have a conversation, but it doesn't seem like a go-to place for meals for people to come in and sit down anymore. So I find that interesting with most fast food places. They don't have the level of option as they used to, or level of, this is a restaurant to go sit and eat out at. I don't know, I just find it strange, but that's okay. But one thing I will not do is deliver fast food that has fries. If it has fries, I'm just like, that's not good delivery for DoorDash. So if it's a fast food restaurant like our Taco Bell or Arby's or something like that, I'm not going to have that DoorDash. That's why when you see Papa John's, pizza delivery's been around forever. And occasionally we'll do B-dubs or Buffalo Wild Wings. Usually it's pretty good because it's right down the street. It's less than 2 miles from our house. So it gets here pretty good and pretty quick. The rest of these also are not that far away, but I just don't feel it's worth the value of the delivery. And I can't imagine the food actually being good. I don't know. So other place I've actually done DoorDash is Sonny's barbecue place, and that worked out pretty good. And that's actually across town for me, so that's 15 minutes away. Anyway, enough about all that. We went to Arby's and sat down, had a really good conversation, and yeah, I'm glad we had that. So I'm going to go ahead and total the restaurants up, and I'll be right back. All right, $226.20. So we are over budget in this category for a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. I think also in the back of our mind, we knew we had an extra $100 that we threw in this category, so we kind of like, we're going to use it. If we have the money available, we're going to use it. That's why we make a budget. Hopefully we stay within it. Next we have miscellaneous. There's a lot of miscellaneous this time. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm halfway through this month and I'm obsessed with the stickers for next month already. Now, if you don't know, I print and cut my own stickers. I go on Etsy, I buy certain patterns, and then I either reuse them or buy new ones. And usually they're pretty cheap, $4 or less for like 6 to 12 seamless digital patterns, and I love them. And that's what I did here. I bought 4 designs, I think, or from 4 packs of digital pages for my planners. And I also have an Erin Condren hourly from 2 or 3 years ago. It was like 23, 24 planner, and I'm redating it and putting stickers all over it, and you can't tell that it's an older planner. So not only do I have just the budget stickers for this planner, I also do for that planner as well. And I'm obsessed with this pattern that I got coming up. So you're going to see pumpkins coming up in September, October, and November. They were just too good not to do. And I think I'm doing Highland cows for December. So I've got the rest of the year planned out as far as what I want to use. And I've already done like September's and October's designs. I need to do the planner stickers for September, which are kind of fun for me. And I only do what I specifically use, so I have no leftover stickers. And I love doing that in my hobby. And it's a lot cheaper to do it this way if you're not proficient, but you do your best to make your own stickers. And I just kind of mimic what other shops are doing and what I like and things like that. So this was $17.41. Again, it was 4 different packs of paper, digital paper, $17.41. And some of them were on sale. I think all of them were on sale. And it averaged about $4.35 per month, basically, as far as the digital. And I got several pages with each digital, which is really cool. So $17.41. Then my husband and I, and the reason we were talking is because of this Kindle book and the Audible I bought. Now, I don't have like monthly subscriptions to these because I only buy them when I need them, and it's a couple times a year, so it's cheaper to do it that way. I have $7.89 for the book on Kindle and $5.57 on Audible. My husband are going through a specific book, listening to it. He listens to it while he's driving around at work because he has like long trips. He has to drive an hour away to certain sites to do his job. And so he's just sitting in the car. So when he doesn't want to listen to music, he can listen to the book and things like that. And that's what we were discussing at Arby's the other night. We didn't want to discuss it at home. I think he was self-conscious talking about what we were going through here. With our kids around, with our adult sons around, and he just didn't want to have those conversations in front of them or them walk in on the middle of a conversation. It's a great icebreaker to kind of go out, share a meal, and talk. So that is 2 things that we bought there. And then I wanted one more pack. It was Etsy for $2.12. I'm trying to remember what it was, and I'm not sure. So, but you'll see the patterns as I go through the months. And I'm just ecstatic just to get into this because I'm obsessed. September is going to be beautiful blue pumpkins. I'm just obsessed with this pattern. The next one we have is Amazon for $22.76, and this was my husband's order. He needed new power cables for his phones. The cables he had here at home, they just weren't powering anything, so. And he has 2 phones actually, and one's his work phone, one's his phone. And that's what he purchased there. Enough cords for his vehicle and home. Next we have Amazon for $13.55. So this is like my favorite. I'm gonna pull this one up on my phone too. So I scan my receipts in my Fetch Rewards app, and I do have a Fetch Rewards link in the description box below. But I ordered this bonsai Japanese maple Lego kit. It's so cute. It's so pretty. I love it. I've been eyeing this one for kind of a while. I thought maybe for Christmas or something. But I decided to go ahead and get it because it was just our anniversary. And my husband's horrible at buying gifts. He just can't do it. He freezes and just can't think when he's trying to come up with something. So I took the $50 cash rewards for Amazon gift card that I got from Fetch after scanning all the receipts this past year. And I do about $50 to $100 a year. And I don't always scan everything. I Myer purchases that are pickup, not in store. I don't get as many points because I used pickup and it doesn't tie in with my app, unfortunately. I would love it to. If I really wanted to and was savvy, I would buy my groceries at Walmart and then it would do that because my Walmart is attached to it, but I don't like going to Walmart here and I'm not willing to go 15 minutes down the road. Prices aren't much different, so I just rather go right here. It's a nicer store. It's less busy. It's less crowded, all those things. So anyways, I did get my $50 rewards from Fetch and I ordered this. And that meant I had to pay the difference, and I think this was $59.99 or something like that. I could have waited till a Black Friday sale, but I really wanted it now. I do have this one, this bonsai tree here. It's my first kit of bonsai, and I think I might be collecting bonsai trees from Lego because I'm just so obsessed. They have a smaller version that's a 3-pack kit I might get for Christmas, but I bought this one to go with my autograph with Ralph Macchio from The Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. One of my favorite actors. I got to meet him at GalaxyCon in Raleigh, North Carolina a few years back, and he's like the only actor I've really geeked out over, and he was like my celebrity crush growing up. I was like probably 12, 13 years old when Karate Kid first came out, and I just obsessed. So, but I love these trees, and they remind me mostly of Karate Kid 2. That was in Okinawa, and I just absolutely love it. So if I see him again, I think that's if I get to meet him at a con again, Ralph Macchio, I might get an autograph that has the picture from Okinawa instead of the one in the first movie, which I actually got. So he's a great guy, so sweet, love talking with him. Not that I got to talk much because I was so tongue-tied, but oh, these little trees remind me of that in my youth. And I don't know, I'm just kind of obsessed with these Legos. Now, my son is a Lego builder, if you don't know. He gets Legos all the time, which you'll be seeing. Well, I don't know if you'll be seeing. I might tell you guys because he's got a lot of cash that he's can use to buy Legos right now. And he's been cat sitting. So and it's been a couple that's been out of town and they're coming back today. So I'm excited to take him to a Lego store in the near future. All right, let's total up miscellaneous and I'll be right back. All right, we spent $69.30, which is not too bad for as many transactions we had, but they were all small, so that was good. And I loved getting that Lego kit at a discount because that bonsai tree is definitely worth more than $13.55, so that's awesome. Okay, next I have gasoline, so I had to fill up my tank. I was so glad I filled it up on this day because gas prices dropped and significantly. It went like from $3.09 to like $2.87 or something like that. $57.56, and you know, with a large vehicle like mine, it's going to cost some money. Next I have is copay, which is $3.47, and that was a prescription for me, and that's all I have there. I'm going to write this down: pay, credit card, and the bills. So let's take a look at the bills real quick. So the bills I had to pay were YouTube Premium, which I did not realize. And if you have YouTube Premium, not only does it cut out commercials, but on your phone, if you download the app for YouTube Music, it's just like having Spotify or Pandora or Apple Music. Now, it may not be exactly the same or the highest quality, but it's very good quality. And it shows the music videos. So my husband and I have really enjoyed watching the music videos from the 80s. If you know, you know. It's just so much fun to look back at all the hair. And I can just smell that Aquanet from back in the day. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Just looking at all that. But anyways, I have YouTube Premium, and we've been into the YouTube Music on our phone, and then that's included in this, but it also takes the commercials out. It's up to 5 emails for your family, and at least the one I got, and that was $24.92 a month, and that's what we spend. And which is really cool because I didn't realize that, and my husband bought that Amazon Music for a while. It doesn't expire until like March. And I need to go in and turn that off so it doesn't charge for another year. But because we have this not Amazon, but we have YouTube Premium, and that covers the music. So we're good. It's kind of nice. And then I had an extra Dr. Odell. So Dr. Odell is my chiropractor, and I was not paying attention. I kept thinking this was last month that I paid it, but actually I'm paying it this month. For this Wednesday. I usually go on Wednesdays. Next week I'll go on Monday, but there's 5 Wednesdays in the month. So yeah, I didn't think of that when I set up my bills. So I had to do an extra $45, which meant it lowered how much I could put towards the credit card and paying it down. And actually I need to take this out because I figured out what I was doing, my mathematical error here. And this I will go over with you in the next video. This is my paycheck 1. I need to close it out and set up paycheck 2. So you'll see that happen here next video. So go ahead, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because this is coming up right after this one. So let's go ahead and go to the weekly check-in here. Oh, I didn't total that up. So $24.92 plus the $8.47. That was HP Instant Ink. I forgot to mention that one too. Plus the $45 and my chiropractic. $78.39. Okay, there we go. Now the reason I put bills on here, like I said earlier, this all goes on the credit card and I pay it off once a week, including the bills. So I need to know that number as well. So that is included in the weekly check-in. Everything that goes on that credit card. Okay, I have all the numbers down on how much I spent, and I'm ready to go ahead and find out my new balances on what's left for the rest of the month. And that will tell me how to shop and spend for the rest of the month. Where do I need to cut back? And where do I have a little extra wiggle room to work with? And yeah, this will close out my paycheck 1 because paycheck 1 totals up week 1 and week 2 of the weekly check-in in the spending categories. And I can go back and make sure I have the right amount and it balances with my checking account. My paycheck budgets are my checking account where all the income comes in and everything goes out from. So let's start with the grocery household. I'm going to move this out of the way for a second here. And we had $785.65 minus the $271.50, and that gave us $514.15. Now over here's notes. I'm just going to put check mark because I've already made the payment. I've done this offline, so this would run smoothly for you guys. And I have made the payment already. I know the numbers. That's what I have left for the last 2 weeks of the month. So $250 a week, roughly. Let's see, divided by 2. Yeah, $257. It's not a lot. I'm going to have to, slow down. Only buy what I need and less what I want. I'll try. We'll see. Next, I have restaurants. I had $414.56 minus the $226.20, and that left me with $188.36. So I am a little bit over that. I tried to leave myself about $100 a week, but this is going to be $94, so we should be okay. Next, I have miscellaneous $146 minus the $69.30. And I have $76.70 left for the rest of the month. Obviously, I've already made the payment. And that's $38 a week. This I don't really have to do weekly. This is just random spending. So as long as I know how much I have for the rest of the month, I know when to stop. And I only have $76 for the rest of this month. So that's where I'm at right there. Not just anything that doesn't fit in grocery, household, or restaurants, or gas, or copay that we spend. This is kind of where it comes from because it's really not a category on its own, or at least the specific item I'm buying isn't a category on its own because we never can predict everything. So it's like the catch-all, which is good. Gasoline, this is first purchase we've made this month, and $57.56 out of the $220, and that gives me $162.44, and that should be good. It's $80 a week. My husband may have one gas fill up on his Jeep. He may not. I don't know. He only drives it on weekends, so it just depends. And then I will definitely need to fill up gas at the end of the month before the new month. $72.41 minus the $3.47. That gives me the $68.94. Or, geez, $68.94. I had no unbudgeted because I don't have anything left in the buffer, and what is in the buffer, the checking account, which is not a lot right now, when I get to the end of the month, if it's not used, I will be putting it towards the debt that we have, which is another video. I have been putting off making that video, and I do apologize for that. I keep promising it and I don't do it. So hopefully I'll get it done today. We'll see. We'll see. So that is the weekly check-in. What I have left in these balances, we're going to total this up. This is for the last 2 weeks of the month. So $514.15 plus the $188.36 plus $76.70 plus $162.44 and $68.94. And that's it. I still have $1,010.59 planned cash on hand in the budget to actually cover the spending for the rest of the month, and that's $505 and almost 30 cents a week. So that is good, having that amount, knowing that all these categories combined can carry me through the next 2 weeks. I'll be over budget maybe in a category, but not for the month. I think I would be very happy with. So that is good there, and I think we'll be okay. And now I need to go back to my little sheet over here. Now we need to find the total of how much I spent for the entire week with spending categories as well as the bills. So let's go through the numbers. All right, here we are. So we had spent in bills and spending $706.42. So that's what I paid back the credit card to bring it back down to zero for all of the spending and the categories, and that helps me stay on top of keeping my credit card paid off. I have a little bit of debt left on it, and hopefully I'll get to that soon. So that is my weekly check-in. I am all caught up right now. I don't have anything outstanding that I've spent. Thankfully, I will later today because it's Friday, and obviously it's when we usually go out to dinner and are eating out night over the weekend. And yeah, I am happy with how the budget turned out. I think we can manage the rest of the month, and we still have 2 full weeks left. This actually ends on the 28th, which is good for us. My husband gets paid on the 30th unless it's a weekend or holiday, and then it goes that Friday before. We're actually going to get paid on the 29th. That's when I'll probably start the new month going into September. So if you made it to the end of the video, I'm going to give you a sneak peek at September's design. And I am obsessed, as I said earlier, so let's check that out. How cool is that? That is so pretty. I love this design. I think the blue is a great palette to transition into from the bright orange and peachy colors that I had in the previous kit. And I've already got it all set up, so I am thrilled with how it turned out. And I haven't quite put everything in it, but I have got all the lines put down, and yeah, that's just the pattern I chose for this particular month. Next month is a 5-week month, so we have that, and that is the design right there. So I am obsessed. I think it looks so gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye. I would be up waiting for